tell me how things are going. I know that I've been doing really well. So give me the lowdown.
Well, it's been going really, really, really well. I was telling Tom this, that I get on a scale and I'm like, I have not been at this weight in 8 years. And I didn't know that I could do it. Remember the first call that you and I had? You said, what's your goal weight? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to choose a number that I think I can do, so I'm not terribly disappointed. And I go and I choose something and I say, and then you told me, you know what? If you could do 140, you could do 120. If you can do 120, you could do 115. Just pick a number that you feel comfortable. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no freaking way that I could get to that weight. But here I am,
Yeah.
this little teeny tiny bit away from my goal weight, but very, very excited of where I am.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know you said one of the things that you were pleased about was the belief in yourself. So how far did that come? So you started the program and then you started racking the weight go down. How long was it before you were like, actually, yeah, I can do this?
When I lost beyond the weight that I've been in the past 5 years, 6 years, post my second baby, I was in the 140s and I'm like, I've been here. And I told Tom this, I said, Tom, I've been here before. There's no way I could break 140s. And he's like, nope, consistency. We had a call. We changed it up because you know how your body gets used to you at a certain weight and it's hard to break that pattern. And we broke that pattern. We got to 130s. And I'm like, Tom, I've been here before. I don't know if I can break 130s. Like July 31st, that's your new target. July 31st, I want you to weigh 128. And I'm like, there's no way, Tom. And he said, nope. Let's just follow this routine and let's do it. And it's that motivation. And when I hit 130s, that's when I knew that this is totally possible. If I could break it twice, I could come down. Like, you do it once, you're like, okay. Do it twice, you're like, okay, this is working. I can go down even more.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know the two girls, how have the girls been affected by your weight loss? How's that been for them?
My little one told me today that she's not going to eat processed sugar anymore. I'm like, what? You're not going to eat? And I asked her, what about Halloween? Because that's coming. And she goes, okay, one day I'm going to eat candy. And then I'm not going to eat anything. But they are with me like throughout summer. We were taking family walks and they're right there on my step journey. Like we're together as a family. We're tracking our steps and we have this little competition going on that, oh, mom's going to beat us every day. But the girls are right there with me. Like it's a family thing now where they're on this journey with me. They're making healthier choices. Like my 12-year-old will go and order a salad. That has never happened in the past, in her history. It's like, no, mom, a salad is actually really nice. Yes, it is. And the extra fiber goes a long way in keeping your gut clean. So yes, you can absolutely have a side of pasta, a side of tortilla, but make sure you're having your protein and veggies. It's been really good. It really has been good for my family overall.
I'm so glad. How has the nutrition been for you, like integrating that in with the family?
It hasn't been an issue at all, actually. Typically, Indian food is very, barring rice and rotis and parathas and puris, majority of it is pretty healthy. And so what I cook at home is dal and vegetables and in some form or fashion or the other. There's always a combination of that. And my kids don't eat Indian food all the time. So there's always, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And it's always a mixed bag. And I never found an issue finding something for myself to eat, with the exception of incorporating salads every time, which, sometimes you don't get enough bhindi, you don't get enough potatoes, you don't get enough vegetables in Indian food if you just have a side salad. So the only thing I would say if I'm making extra that I didn't do before is a side salad.
Yeah, you just add in on the volume, which will keep you full as well.
Exactly. And it keeps me full. And learning the right proportions. I think I knew a lot of these. I told you this before. I've done tons of diets. I've done Noom. I have done, you name it. I've done Whole30. I've done keto. One, nothing was consistent. It was the yo-yo effect, right? Nothing was hard. I think I knew the principles. I just didn't know what it meant to apply them, and not only apply them, but keep me accountable to them. And having a partner in this journey that I know if I get stuck, I know I can reach out to Tom. I'll text him and he'll tell me what I need to do. Like, I always have this at the back of my mind is the support system. If I plateau, he knows what I need to do. Like, he has all the secret, up his sleeves that he can take out, and he'll tell me, oh, you're here? No, that's okay. Just do this. You'll be fine. And it works.
Do you feel the stuff that you're doing now is less of yo-yo and more like something that you could maintain doing for the next 20?
Yes. The answer to your question, yes. But there are certain things I'll still tell Tom, okay, I'm not going to eat sugar. And he'll be like, Richa, that's not sustainable. You're very close to your goal weight. Take a chocolate. Take 3 pieces of chocolate. It's totally okay. It's not going to affect you. But in my mind, I'm so fixated. So I'm still going back to a little bit of my old routine that if I do something, it's going to terribly affect my weight loss. So I'm still struggling there, but I think I'm a lot better than I was when I started the program.
I watched that check-in that Tom sent over to you. Yeah, I watched it today. He obviously showed you the progression of your results, and then it is about that thing of learning how to have these things, but also that once you do it a few times and you see the weight come down, even though you've had X, Y, and Z, it'll just change that belief like you've had at the beginning and whether it'll work or not. So like I still had the thing where I had to work a lot hard this year on making sure I could have biscuits in the house. Beforehand, I'd never had biscuits in the house. You've always got those things that will always occupy your brain differently because they have an association, whether it's chocolate, whether it's biscuits.
Yeah.
How's travel been for you whilst doing this?
Yeah. So started to travel. I'm like, there's no way I can weigh things. I can't ask my server to go weigh my veggies and chicken. And so what I did know is I started to sort of see, okay, this is 1 chicken breast. Now, if my salad comes with a lot of ranch mixed in, bad. Don't do that. Ask for dressing on the side. If it comes with a lot of goat cheese and almonds and pecans, don't do that. Let's ask for them to be either on the side or, sprinkled, not heavily put in. So I learned over time that how to order right, how to order within the confines of, okay, today my diet needs to look like this. The other thing I started doing that I never did before was tell my server to use a spray oil. Like if he's making me a scrambled eggs, just use spray oil. And they're more than welcome to adhere and agree to my dietary needs, which is, I would have never thought to ask that. Hey, could you just use a palm spray in my chicken when you grill it? And some restaurants honor it, some restaurants don't, but just the fact that I had the confidence to go ask and for them to honor. So that's been great. But I have learned to order correctly and using the 1 plate rule when I absolutely don't have control over it. If it's an Indian buffet, I'm not getting a chicken and a salad. It's not going to happen.
Not a chance.
No chance whatsoever. So what I could do is follow the 1 plate rule and I'll be fine. And yes, my weight creeps up a little bit, but that's, Tom always tells me, Richa, that's water weight. You do not accumulate fat overnight. Tomorrow, pull back and you'll be fine. And I pull back and the water weight's gone.
The ungodly amount of salt and the oils and various different things in the dishes, those 1 plate rule is there for like damage control. So you can enjoy yourself, but you don't have to eat your own separate food, but you can get some portion that's going to be useful. So yeah, it's really, really cool. And like now that you've got that new kind of self-belief like in that weight goal, like where are you heading now? Where do you want to take this to with the weight loss?
I want to go down 5 pounds further. So I know 120 was my target. I'm at 128. So 8 pounds away. And, the last few pounds are always hard. And it's what Tom tells me that, the lower you get, you're not losing 2 pounds a week. So let's stick to a goal that we could together accomplish and just stick to the formula. Don't worry about the scale right now. Just stick to the formula and it will slowly start to happen. So I want to go to 115 if I can. That's where I was in 2009 last. It's crazy to think. But yeah, that's where I was. So I want to lose 13 more pounds. So want to get there. And if I can, like once I am there, I want to work on my muscles and I want to work on getting really toned everywhere.
Yeah, and once you get a lot of that fat off, you're in a position to see that definition and see what shapes you've got, and then see what you have to do in the gym to make it happen.
Right.
So, no, it's good. You've always liked training anyway, right?
Yep.
So you don't need any more motivation towards that, the exercise side of things.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I knew my diet was a problem. I love working out in the morning. I'm a morning person. I get up and I want to go for a run and I want to lift weights and I feel good about myself. And now what I used to do is eat cake and, buffets and come back and eat all of this food and still feel like, well, I am working out. Why am I not losing weight?
I wish it was as simple as that. We could all eat what we wanted, We'd all be happier. Is there any learnings that you found on this journey that are ones that you weren't expecting to find? Like, is there anything that you've thought, oh yeah, that was really cool, or I didn't know I needed to learn that, but I'm glad I did?
I think just nutrition. Eating vegetables and protein is just so good for your body. I knew that's good, but in what form, in the amount of servings? I'm eating more food and still losing weight and not doing intermittent fasting anymore. So I'm eating more food and I'm losing weight.
It's God tier. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah. And I'm eating the right kind of food that's good for my body. Long term, this is good for my body. The nutrition that comes with eating fruits and vegetables and protein is far more than, forget weight loss, just longevity of my life. I know that I have a high blood pressure family history. I know I have heart health issues in my family that I know that at any point in my life I could struggle with. But if I take that step today and make sure that that becomes a habit, I probably won't struggle with it as soon as, what genetics would have done to my body.
Yeah, I guess you're more in the driving seat, right? You've got a predictor, and especially the type 2 diabetes that most people have in their families is that can be completely self-lifestyle, whether you have the genetics for it or not. So it's good to be in the driving seat as opposed to the passenger.
Exactly. Take control. And I think that's been wonderful.
Absolutely. And from an accountability perspective, like how useful has that been for you?
Oh, number one, I think that tops my list of things that are different with autonomy is accountability. Not just accountability, but it's support system. Accountability and having that thing in the back of my mind that I can text him and I know he'll have something up his sleeve and he'll tell me what I need to do. So.
That's awesome. If there was like one tip that you would give to somebody else if they were going to start, or they'd let's say just do it on their own fitness journey, like what would be the one tip that you would be like, you have to do this? What would that be?
Be truthful and be consistent. If you are on this journey, you're here for a purpose. There's a common goal. The more vulnerable, it's like a doctor. You go and you have to describe every single symptom to get the right diagnosis. So if you are on this journey, go and be vulnerable and share as much as possible to get the right direction and to get the right advice to lose weight and be healthy.
The hardest but most important thing there is. You described it the best way. We'll misdiagnose you if you don't give them the right symptoms, right? Yeah,
exactly.
That's huge.
Yeah. Like if I don't tell Tom that, I snack, yes, these are my pictures. This is my lunch. This is my dinner. But in between, I go and snack on, which is my biggest struggle, is the 2 to 4 p.m. I call it the witching hour. And I go and I snack on kids' lunchbox leftovers. I'll go into the pantry. I'm bored. I'm done with my work meetings and it's my time to kind of go around the house, get the dishes in order, and I'm opening the pantry and I'm getting all the snacks out. I'm not taking a picture for Tom, but if I don't tell him, he's not going to know. He's going to be like, You followed the plan, so tell me what else you did.
Yeah, I think the best part, and we speak about this internally, is like people sometimes fail to realize we've been doing this a long time and that they think that we don't know and we haven't been through our process of ourselves. And it's like, in the UK, there's a statement which is that you can't bullshit a bullshitter. We always know because A plus B equals C with nutrition. If you do this, you get that to a certain degree. That's awesome. What are you most looking forward to when you're maintaining your weight? Now, obviously, when you've got the 8 more pounds to go, like what are you looking forward to the next 10, 20 years to do with that, with fitness and new body of yours?
Oh my gosh. Great question. I focus so much getting here that I don't know if I have a plan. What am I going to do? I'm going to probably run a marathon. I'm 40 this year. I always thought that I would run at least a half when I'm 40. So that is at the top of my list, like a bucket list thing. So I might want to run a marathon, but I want to keep this going. I want to keep making strides. I want to stay consistent, work on the habits that I have developed in the past 8-9 months. That would be key. But yeah, running a marathon would be half marathon at least before I turn 41.
That would be crazy. That'd be, and you definitely get to eat more doing that. That's for sure. The amount of calories that you burn is great.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. And then, is there any feedback from me in terms of how the coaching internally has been for you?
No, I mean, I wish you were in my time zone. That would be the only thing. And I don't know if things would have been different if, Tom was in my time zone. But no, he's been great. There were times when, I had to tell him, Tom, I'm losing motivation. I need more from you. I know you need more from me. I think we both need more from each other. And then he quickly acted on it. He's been my rock solid support systems. Would have been different if he was in my time zone? I don't know. But it's something that you wonder. But other than that, really, really nothing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I know it's the one thing that we're working on how to change as well with that in terms of like working with the hours and whatnot. It's just it's the experience thing when you've got somebody there and you want that contact with them and you want them that you just wish you could have those conversations. Really
it's your
fast to solve the
coach.
problem, right?
You want to reach out to your coach and you want to tell him that, oh my God, what do I do now? I'm running into this and I'm in this situation. How do I get out of it? Or what do I need to do? And so but what Tom's told me is it's okay. Like he said, if you don't have a plan, just go eat what you can and then tomorrow pull it out. Pull back on your calories and it'll all even out. So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. If all else fails, eat less tomorrow and it'll be fine.
Yes, exactly.
I really appreciate you just jumping on to have a chat with me. I'm just looking at now and I've got, I'm going to send this link over to you. It's all of the dates for all of the different 5K, half marathons and marathons in your area. So I'm going to send it over to you.
Yes.
And then we're going to put some accountability and book one in and then we can work towards it.
Oh, awesome. Let's do that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Richa, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it and a really good job. You're doing an epic job.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Nathan. All right.
Richa, I will see you soon, all right?
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.